Are you frustrated when you bring someone into your business and they do absolutely nothing? If that's you, we're gonna give you the Zolecki launch strategy that helped us create over $1 billion in sales the last 12 years. And we're Tony and Sarah Zolecki. We've been a part of the network marketing profession now for almost 30 years. We met in this amazing profession back in 2005. We've been married now. We're gonna have our 20-year wedding anniversary in October. So super grateful about that. And we love building a business together. You know, the company we're with now, we've been there 12 years. Like I said, we've done over $1 billion in sales with the team that we have. And we're gonna lay out this launch strategy because it's so important for people when they get started that they know exactly what to do so that they can see some results and be excited about their business.
All right, so let's dive into it. So it is so important, guys, when it comes to launching. I know a lot of times people get nervous about helping a brand new person get started, but I will tell you, there is nothing worse than hearing these stories of like somebody's next door neighbor signed them up and said, go get them. And the next thing I know, they're not in network marketing and they're like, I don't even like that business. You know what I mean? And unfortunately, most of the time, it's just because they never got started right. You know what I mean? They never, ever got started right. So one of the phrases that we love to say that we feel so important is that we need to help someone slow down to help them speed up, right? So the number one thing, first of all, that I think is so important is that most of all the training is done with your recruit in the prospecting process. So what does that mean? That means that by the time they enroll, they've actually learned exactly how to introduce the business to other people, right? Because here's what I want you to understand. However they are introduced to the business, that is exactly how they're going to introduce it to other people. Even if you try to put them in a system, even if you try to do all that, they're going to do exactly what they did. In their mind, they're going to be thinking, okay, this is what Tony did. He sent me, we had a conversation. He sent me a link, or got me put together in a three-way chat, or added me to an ATM group, you know what I mean? Whatever that looks like, right? And so he sees the simplicity of like, oh, that's all I need to do, right? It gives him confidence. But remember, if you have a series of like this, and then this, and then this, and then this, and then this in your prospecting process, right? In the beginning, even before the launch, a lot of times those people aren't going to get started because in their mind they're thinking, God, this is a lot that Tony has to know. I don't want to have to know this. Like, I can't do this. This is not going to work for me, right? So they already decide, guys. Like, they're already deciding even before they get in, right? So that's why I tell people it is so important to make sure that you focus on being what I call the proper mold, right? The proper mold for your business. What does that actually look like? So understand that majority of all the training, right, is already done by the time that person comes on board. So a lot of times people think they need to really focus on the actual launch, which yes, there are definitely pieces of it. But even more important than that is what does that look like the introduction to the business? Because that's actually the system. That's the system piece, right? So again, it's just focusing on just making sure that, you know, understanding like that process before they even get in is more important than the actual launch.
Yeah, so let's talk about the launch. So I believe speed is everything. And when someone gets started with you, you should have a one-pager. It should be that simple where they can look at it in less than 30 minutes. They can go. They don't need to know 90% of the stuff someone that's been in years knows, because none of that is relevant right now. They're launching their business. They're excited. They got fired up because they heard about some stories. They seen what the company's doing. They seen the growth people are having, the rank advancements that's going on, the products that are changing people's lives, and they want to get after it. So you want to really create a fast story for them and allow them to rack up some wins. And they can be small wins in the beginning and lead into bigger wins as you get moving in the weeks ahead. So what we like to do is this. They see this one pager. It tells them exactly what they need to do with their websites, with some of the Facebook groups, so when they start ATMing, how to use their promo code, some of the basic stuff. But we're gonna have them start putting a list of people together. And this is a social media list. This is a list that, is their inner circle, right? Some of the people that they love and respect are really close to them. Some of the people they always wanted to do something with. Then there's gonna be some some people that they think about that are, in some, pain moments right now where they're frustrated because they're working a lot and they'd like to travel more, or, they want to, do something as a side gig or a side hustle and make an extra $500,000, $1,500 a month. Like, they have people like that in their world. So they're going to put their plan together of who they're going to start going to contact. And, we're going to basically help them do that. We're going to set up some launch Zooms where we basically target, their world specifically, where we're like, hey, next Tuesday and Thursday night, 7 o'clock, we want you to invite into this. We're going to give them a script to invite into, and we're going to, basically help them launch their business, with those, couple Zooms. If it's somebody that, really wants to get after this thing and they have influence, we're going to have them do a whisper campaign before they actually do their launch. What that is just them, telling a few people about what they're going to do and why they're so excited and how big it's going to be and what they're looking for. And they want to talk to them first before they go to their whole world, because they want to have them lock in their spots if they're interested, because they're going to go out and do some big things pretty fast with that business. So when they basically get started, our whole goal is for them to show the business to as many people as fast as possible, as professional as possible, as interesting as possible, as compelling as possible. And they're going to do it the right way. Our whole goal is this: as long as your people see it the right way, guess what? That's good enough. Because we all know some are going to jump in, some are going to say maybe later, some are going to say not now, some are going to say they're not interested, and they're going to have a wide variety of all these different types of people. But we usually have a tool that we use that's, less than 10 minutes long, that walks people through exactly what the business is, how they can make money, what that looks like, the team they're a part of, and they're inside our ATM group, so they're getting to see other stories and other people having success, and they're just seeing a bigger picture. But they're also adding people into these groups because they want to show people, as many people as possible, how this works. Then what we're doing is we want to help them get a couple customers their first day. Why? Because we pay daily. We pay in the morning, we pay at night. Our company does. So we want to make sure that they have a win. And it's a small win. It's a customer. It's maybe, $20, $50, $100, whatever it is. But it shows them, man, I just joined this business and I'm winning. I'm making money. I see this thing already. Wow, this is pretty cool. So we help them get a couple customers right off the bat. Then we help them get someone in as a distributor right off the bat as well. And usually it's people that are in their inner circle, people they always wanted to do something with, people that have been waiting and just going, okay, as soon as you find something, let me know, because I want to start rocking and rolling with you. And then once that happens, is we're doing these Zooms where we're talking to more people. People are inviting into those. We have our ATM groups going on, and we're helping them hit a core rank. In our business, we actually call it double core. So we help people get 5 customers and 1 distributor into the business. That's core rank. And then when they get another 5 customers, another 2 distributors in, which is 10 and 3, that's double core. That'll help people make $500, $800. It'll help them create a story. They've rank advanced a couple times on both the seller side and the customer side. And now they're seeing their business grow and they're fired up. And we're trying to buy time. That is so important. And I want you to get this, because when you get someone in the business, you got about 72 hours, maybe a little bit longer, for them to have some type of win, for them to have some type of success, or else they start drifting away. And people just don't quit your business, they drift away because really nothing's happening and they're not having any success. So you got about that 72-hour window, and that's why we like getting people a couple customers, or at least 1 customer, their first 24 hours into the business, because you're buying time. Now it buys them another 30 days. And then after 30 days, you help them, rank advance or go double core, for instance, like in our business. And now what happens is you bought another 90 days. And then they go to a big event, a month and a half, 2 months in the business, and they see a bigger picture. Now, oh my gosh, you just bought another, 6 months, right? And you're always buying time in this business. But the more that you can focus on really bringing your new person close to you, racking up the wins, going through the basics, not, teaching them everything, because again, 90% of the stuff out there, they don't need to know. They just need to know, okay, what is my goal on the business side? How fast do I want to get there? How much money do I want to make? Okay, the next big event is here, I'm going. So if you came in with us today, you know, our next big event is happening in Houston, Texas in March, and you'd be a part of that with us. So it's part of the sign-up process for Sarah and I, because we know a big event is where people really see the bigger picture. They meet all the corporate people, they meet all the different people into the business that came from all over the country and the world in that event, and they go, holy cow, not only did I make the right decision, but now I got the fast track to really go out and create a bigger story than I ever dreamed of, because I'm seeing more of a bigger picture. So that's just something that we like to do, and Sarah now is going to talk about the third step, which is the crucial conversation.
That was a lot.
Yeah.
Holy moly. I love it. So guys, he really gave you the lowdown when it came to the launch. So the crucial conversation is something that we do actually before we actually do all the stuff that Tony talked about.
Yep.
Okay. So again, it's kind of stepping back. So now looking, we probably should have flipped this, but that's okay. So just kind of follow where I'm going. So when someone's brand new, it's important that we like to sit down with a brand new person, because most people, they've never done this business before, and they would like to know, like, just give them some guidelines, right? Give them something that they can run on. And so this crucial conversation, number one, is just congratulating them that they made the best decision ever. People need to be reminded, like, why, hey, way to go. Like, we're fired up. We're gonna do great things together. Because guys, I will tell you, guess what? Buyer remorse happens in everything.
Yep.
And so we wanna make sure, like, they know, like, hey, Tony, you made a great decision. You're here. This is awesome, right? The second thing you want to do is that you need to establish a business partnership, right? So, you know, sometimes people go like, how do I change it from like a recruit to like a working business relationship? The fastest way for you to do that is to have this crucial conversation, because they're going to go, oh, wow, okay, this is a lot more than just like, hey, sign up. Here's a link, or here's a little promo thing, and like go promote. Like, it's actually like, let's sit down, let's strategize, help put you on the path to have success and win, and build it like a real legitimate business, right? So sitting down with them, just asking them simple questions, guys, because again, you need to know, right? Like I tell people, like, it's not your job to help them become successful, but it is your job to make sure they get started right. And being a great mentor is that, right? So you got to know how to work with them, and you got to know you need to manage expectations on your side and also on their side as well. Right? So when it comes to managing the expectations, it's just simple things like, hey, Tony, how many hours do you think you can work this business a week? Right? And let them tell you. 20, which is a lot.
Right.
Most people, it's about 10, right? Because they're raising kids, working careers, going to college, etc. Right? So they'll tell you how many that is, and whatever they answer, guess what? Amazing, right? Whatever they answer is great, okay? The second question is, how much money would you like to make this month, right? And you let them answer. And you got to make sure that those hours are going to match up with that income. Meaning, if they're like, hey, I can work this business 5 hours a week, but I want to make $5,000 this month, you're going to be like, that's ambitious, but do you think we could, could I help you adjust that? Because I want to make sure that I can help you hit that goal this month, right? So you want to help manage their expectations, guys, because if you don't, and they go into this and they start doing their thing, and then after 30 days, they don't make the $5,000, they're disillusioned. They're like, oh my God, this doesn't work. But it's your fault not being a great sponsor without sitting down with them saying, hey, let's put a plan together, right? So you help them do that. And then I think one of the most important things, guys, is letting them know what a life of an entrepreneur is like. There's going to be great days, and there's going to be bad days, and there's going to be incredible months, and there's going to be like feeling like you're in a desert month or even year, right? And how do you want me, and I always ask them this, how do you want me to handle it when you're going through a dry spell? How do you want me to handle it when you want to throw the towel in? How do you want me to handle it when you want to quit? And let them tell you, because then you know how to work with them. The biggest mistake that I see people make is they try to work with people. They have no idea what makes them tick and how they work. And then that person is either, demotivated, they don't take action, they go MIA or whatever it may be. Because as a good sponsor, you didn't sit down to really get to know them, to figure out, right, what's the best plan that I can put in place for Tony to get the results that he's looking for, right? To get those results. So the crucial conversation piece is something that we love. We feel that it's so overlooked in the business. Most people just skip it right over. But again, you got to slow down, right, to help somebody speed up.
Yeah, and let them know that they made a great decision. It was one of the smartest decisions they made in a long time, so that they know, man, I'm with the right company, I'm with the right team, I'm with the right sponsors, and I'm really excited to go build something really, really big.
Yep.
So if you're not subscribed to our channel, make sure you're subscribed, because we do awesome videos like this a couple days a week at least. And if you know some people that could benefit from this, make sure that you share this page with them, make sure they subscribe. And if you're watching this and you're like, dude, I want to launch, I want to do this, just write launch in the comments and we'll reach out and connect with you and we'll take it from there. So we'll see you on the next video, everybody. Take care.